Good morning, everybody. This is Trish Palmer here from Pellen and Palmer Specialty Hypnosis Training. So today I have episode 4 available, and I'm going to be talking about difficult clients. So, difficult clients, guess what? They are on their way. They are coming to you and they're coming to your door. Now, that doesn't matter if it's a hypnosis client or whatever field that you work in, you're going to get difficult clients. And if you have any stories, hi Sue, how you going, Dale? If you have any stories about difficult clients, please feel free to write them down so I can read them. I remember years ago, I used to work in retail, and we had one particular lady that would always come in and she'd ask us for rainbow spray paint because there was a picture of a rainbow on the can. So if you've got any difficult clients or funny stories to share with me, please write them down. I would love to hear about them. I think it's hysterical. So, difficult clients, they are on your way. I apologize for the interruption. We have one very, very sooky old lady today. So, yeah. So, your difficult clients, they are on their way. It doesn't matter what industry you're working in, they are on their way. But when you're working in the mental health industry or anything like that, you can actually get around it. And it's a 4-step process. It's so easy. Once you learn it and you nail it, all of a sudden you'll be realizing how it is those people get all those sales and stuff like that. So step 1, you do what's called a delete. Step 2, it's called responsibility. Step 3 is the NLP questioning system. And step 4 is all about the solution. So just before we start, I actually want to announce that we have a modern mentoring program coming up, and we're not very far away from launch. So if you would like to get on board with that, please just click the link below and book in your half-an-hour session with us to make sure that we are all compatible and that we can help you with your coaching. You will get a monthly online healing session. We're also going to jump in together once a month and do a massive brainstorm, because there's nothing worse than signing up for one of these systems and then you don't actually get to talk to the people that create it unless you pay more money, sort of thing. So we're going to have a brainstorm session where we'll all jump in, we'll work out your problems and what you're going through, and we'll help you out. You'll also get a free script and recording each month. You'll have access to all of our online training. So if you're wanting to be a hypnotherapist, then we have the anxiety and depression protocol, the IBS protocol. We're also going to have a basic hypnosis course to get you up and running. We will give you free access to all of our training and all of our webinars. If you're not a hypnotherapist, that's perfect as well, because this mentoring can actually help you learn how to sell online. So we'll teach you how to do your tech stuff, what programs we use and equipment we use to get our stuff up and running. I mean, there's nothing better than waking up in the morning and noticing that you've made sales in your sleep. It's really fantastic. We can teach you also all about your social media and how to get that up and running, all of these videos like I'm doing right now, and how to get your service and product online and successful. So if you want to be part of that, please click on the link below, book your half-an-hour session. It's completely free. You will see myself and my partner. We are co-creators of this wonderful program, and we can help you get launched. So let's get started. So step 1, delete. When it comes to difficult clients, the first thing you must do is delete the word difficult out of your mind. Now that's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow. It really can. So when you're deleting the word difficult out of your mind, it doesn't mean that they're difficult. It means that they're limited on their resources. They are in disbelief. Maybe they're challenging. Maybe they actually like to challenge people. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Anya. Maybe they like to challenge people. They get some kind of buzz out of it. What are you doing? I can't see. Maybe they're enabled. So in other words, maybe there's an outside source that's influencing the information that they're coming across. So they've been told to not let you sell them something extra or not let you upsell them or something like that. So they've got other people's thoughts in their head. Or maybe they're in effect, they just want to say they're getting help, but they're not really. So delete the word difficult out of your mind, and you'll be surprised how much more free you feel when it comes to helping out these people. Step number 2 is responsibility. And it's not just a responsibility for yourself, it's a responsibility for them as well. Explain to your client all about cause and effect. I always tell my client, it may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility how you will allow it to affect your future. And you'll be surprised how many of them sit there and go, they're literally mind blown, because nobody's ever said it like that to them before. They may have read some stuff on Facebook and things like that, but nobody's ever had them say it straight to their face. It may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility on how you allow it to affect your future. Everybody's been nurturing them for so long, going, there, you'll get over it, or blah, blah. But all of a sudden, when they realize it is their responsibility on how they take it into their future, they just get this light bulb moment, and all of a sudden people are just like, oh, well, yeah, I am in control. You're giving power back to that person, and that's what you're looking for. So one of two things will happen when you tell them this, okay? Number one, your client will become annoyed, agitated, and will start making excuses. That just says that they're in effect. You haven't quite gotten past that limiting belief or what's been enabling them. Or number two, they'll stop, they'll think, and all of a sudden they get that mind blow part. So it's one extreme to the other. I get most of my clients and they will actually get annoyed and agitated and start making excuses. And that's why I came up with this part of the system, because when I came up with it and I started doing this, all of a sudden the response was phenomenal. You had so many clients going, oh, wow, that sounds really silly. Or I sound stupid, don't I? Oh, I can't believe I've been doing that for so long. So in either case, you still move on to step number 3. It doesn't matter what the response is. You're just looking for triggers here. So step number 3 is known as chunking. Whether you've studied chunking or not, there's all different ways of doing it, and this is the simplest way that I know how to do it. So your client starts making excuses, or maybe they don't make excuses. Either way, you still move on to chunking. Find the biggest excuse that they have. So they'll say, I can't because of this. I can't because of that. I can't because of something else. Okay? Ask them why they believe they can't do it. What is the biggest thing you believe is holding you back? I had a client just yesterday and I said to her, what is the biggest thing that you believe is holding you back? I can't sleep. I can't sleep without my sleeping pill. They were her exact words. So I went to my whiteboard, and in the middle of the board, I started chunking it down. So I find out specifically what is going on. Why does she feel she needs to be dependent on the pills? Then I start chunking it up so that I can find what it is that she truly wants. What is driving this belief? Ask some questions like this. Are there any examples of people who have made this work without pills? Who specifically? What specifically? Where specifically? Keep going until you find that your client is running out of options, and write it all down. Now, when you chunk up the problem, you're finding the core emotion that's holding them back. And this is the part that they can't see, because they've been tapping into that secondary emotion that's been protecting them for all this time. And ask some of these questions. So, who makes you believe this? How do you feel when you believe this? For what purpose? And you keep going until you find that core emotion. And you'll find that most people's main emotion where they operate from is usually love. That's where it comes from. So I'll just do a quick demonstration on how I do this. So let's say, for example, I had this lady come in. We'll just use her. We had this lady come in yesterday. Hey, Bazina, how you going? And she says, I just can't sleep. So I will go up to my whiteboard, and in the middle I will write can't sleep. Because this here is the big belief. This is the limiting belief. This is the difficult part for her. This is the part where she's run out of resources because she just can't sleep. So I'll say to her, what do you need to sleep? And she'll say, my pills. So she's becoming dependent on the pills. And then I'll say to her, have you ever been able to sleep without the pills? And then all of a sudden she's gone, well, yes. And I'll say to her, wonderful, because I'm writing it out here so that she can see from outside her own mind as well. So this is no longer inside her head where she's not processing it. It's all of a sudden it's outside and it's becoming real. So I'll say to her, have you ever slept without the pills? And she'll say yes. Then all of a sudden she's like, oh. So I'm like, so can we break this down to you can sleep? And we'll take out the pills part. And like, oh, well, I sleep better with the pills. Ah, so now we're going a bit deeper. So you sleep better with the pills. All of a sudden, they'll turn around and they think that this is because you sleep better. And they're like, yes, I need the pills. I'm like, all right, so you believe that you sleep better with the pills. How often do you sleep better with these pills? And they'll turn around and they'll go, oh, maybe 6 out of 7 nights. And I'll say, so 1 night a week you're not sleeping very well because you don't have these pills? And I'll say, yes. I was like, no worries. How about if we switch this around? How about 1 night a week you do it more natural, and 6 nights you do it chemical? And your person's getting light bulbs now. They're like, oh, wow, I can only do a chemical sleep. And it's like, yes, how about we start expanding out the natural sleep very, very slowly, and that's where hypnosis can help you. And when they say that they can't sleep, you're like, why can't you sleep? Oh, because my brain is busy. Because I'm starting to chunk it up now. So your brain is busy, yes? Yes. Why is your brain busy? Oh, I worry all the time. Now, this is your core emotion up here. This is what is causing this outcome. And I'll say that to my client. I'll go, so worry is causing for you to want to chemically induce your body into sleep. And then I'll turn around and I'll go, oh, well, yeah. It's like, so, and then I'll take it to the next stage. So what's the opposite of worry to you? And that really, really makes them think. Most of them will say, I don't know. It's like, that's okay. I understand you don't know. But let's just pretend that you do. What would you tell me? Then all of a sudden they'll go, well, the opposite of worry is happiness. And then I'll say to them, happiness is what gets you to do this natural sleep. So if we increase your happiness, we should be able to increase your natural sleep. And now I've given my client some resources, and all of a sudden that client is no longer a difficult client. They're very compliant because they've been going to doctors and naturopaths and things like that, and they've been getting all this stuff to put inside their body, but they've not been working with it up here. I had this lady message me just this morning, because this is a very similar demonstration to what we did yesterday, and she said to me, I found myself compromising that I would stop worrying. So I've brought to her awareness that worry is what's causing her to chemically induce herself. So now I'm giving her a new resource, and I will help her with hypnosis so that she can get a better result. And that's as simple as you can do it. It really is. Because now you're on step 4 and you've come to your solution. And your solutions are exactly what your client is coming to you for. Once you've found that core emotion and specifically what is causing it, from here you can start to create a path of success. You've brought to awareness what it is that your client has been struggling with, because they've been going all this time, getting more and more tired, more and more frustrated because they don't have a solution to this problem. And all you're going to do is write the core problem that they're having, so their limited belief, in the middle of the whiteboard, then chunk it down, then chunk it up. Because once you find that emotion of what is causing it, you can link them and bring to awareness for your client what is happening, why it is that they keep repeating these cycles. And you can make a really good plan for success. She didn't tell me that she's worried. She's never going to tell me that she's worried. Who wants to admit that? But once I find that, I can actually have something to work with now. And because your client has awareness, they can start breaking down that cycle themselves. Like I said, she messaged me just this morning and she said, wow, I realized I'm worrying so much about things that don't matter. I've brought it to awareness. Now we can conquer this for her so that she can have a happier and easier life. And we're going to create some solutions. So how easy is that? During the process, you're going to create rapport and you're going to become more of an authority figure, because all of a sudden you've come out with something that nobody else has come out with. Everybody is quick and easy to prescribe a new natural pill, maybe a massage or a relaxation technique, but most people don't know how to communicate with their difficult clients with this. How to give them a better resource that actually works, and then all of a sudden they go, oh, I get it now. No worries, Zena. Glad you enjoyed it. So this is what is going to put you a cut above the rest. And trust me, even if that client decides they're not going to sign up, or maybe that's their last session or something like that, all of a sudden they're going to talk to other people and they're going to go, they knew their stuff. They knew what they were talking about. Because they're going to get that light bulb moment, and now they can break down that automatic habit that they've been doing. Your client will then move into cause, or maybe it'll raise effect. 90% of the time, it'll move them into cause because they want to take responsibility, and all of a sudden they're like, nah, I've got to fix this. But if they move into effect, it's because there's a secondary gain to it. I've had many people over the years that when I've chunked it up and I've said to them, so the main reason you're doing this is because of, let's say, for example, worry. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh yes, but I have a right to worry about my children. Ah, now I have anger and frustration. So there's a secondary gain there. And it doesn't matter which way you go, it still comes out on top. Hi Brent, how you going, darling? You will still come out on top. So use this technique to help your client get the light bulb moments so they can break down their habits, and it makes you more of an authority figure. Very, very simple and very, very productive. So if you have any questions, please chat to me below. And like I said before, if you have any stories about difficult people that you've been dealt with and it's been a funny outcome, please tell me the story. Just write it down. I love reading about it. Now, if you'd like my course on group sessions, you can get it now for 45% off, and the code for it is group discount. I'll throw that link below. So you're getting it for like 20 bucks now. I think it's less than 20 bucks. So there's everything in there so you can make your group sessions work step by step. It teaches you all the planning, all of the PDFs. I run very successful events all over Australia, and I'm now working on going globally. So this course is one of those ones that'll help you get up there. Now, if there's anything you'd like me to do a video on, please let me know. I'm here to help. You are the drivers of this content, and if there's anything you're having issues with or you need a little bit more help with, let me know. I need to know how to help you. So next week we're doing episode 5, which is the hypnosis reframe technique. So join me for that. I absolutely love this technique, and it's one of my go-tos in the industry. But otherwise from that, have an awesome day. I'll throw all those links below in just a few moments. See you, everybody. Mwah.